Hello YouTube. I want to tell you about an experience that I had with Southside Place police, south of Houston. This was some time ago. I was working for Uber and DoorDash, living in my car, and working for those two gig companies, trying to pay debt, trying to fix my credit and save enough money to buy a place. And this one month I was out there in that area doing a delivery, and there was a stop sign that was blocked. I apparently rolled it without realizing it. This guy was on me pretty much in seconds. It was in the middle of a subdivision. There was not much traffic there. And I explained to the guy, when he started giving me a hard time about my address. He said, "Is your address up to date? The system shows that you haven't lived at that address in years." I said, "Yeah, it's up to date." And I explained to him that I was a violent crime victim and a special victim, and that I had been experiencing reprisals. And this guy says, "Well, that's not my problem. You need to go back to the officer that you reported that to." When I pointed out the scar on my face and the fact that I was still dealing with people trying to engage in either attacks on my property or my person, or false reporting, or all of the above, associated with the place that I had lived in the past. And he tells me to go back to the cop or the detective that I reported that to and ask them for help. I'm like, great, so I'm supposed to go back to the people who refused to help me and those that I love, and suddenly they're going to magically change their minds and do more. They're actually going to arrest some of these people and get them off the streets, so they're not a threat to us anymore. Now, to give you some sense of just how long that I've been dealing with reprisals and vengeance attacks from those people through false reporting, it's been 8 years since my spouse died, and 5 years since my home was burglarized. There have been no arrests in either case. She was a victim of violent special crimes, and our home went to foreclosure because we couldn't get legal aid. And the police don't give a shit. That's the story. The police don't care, okay? They don't care about what happens to any of us. Anybody in the United States. Unless you can pay them to care, they don't care. They don't. Cop ends up giving me a large ticket that took more than half a week's pay while I was living in my car. The car is gone now. I sold it to settle another ticket. I don't drive anymore. Police are assholes. That's the truth. They really are. If you're a crime victim, whether it's domestic violence or violent crime or special crime, they don't give a fuck. I mean that with all respect. I don't mean to be explicit, but I want you to understand and know in certain terms that you can't rely on them. They won't keep you safe. They won't keep those you love safe. You're on your own.